All right. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Chris Gault here, Healthy Living with Chris Gault. And this is going to be a special series, and it's predominantly going to be my wife doing the videos, but it's going to be all about how to run a 5K. So if you've never run a 5K in your life, or if it's been a long time since you run a 5K, don't worry, we got you covered, because we're going to teach you how to do it easy, how to do it well and safe, and we're going to teach you right now. Okay, so now that we're gonna do this, I'm gonna let my wife take it away.
Hey guys, have you been sitting on the sidelines and watching all of your friends starting to run, or they've been running and you've just been watching? Well, I'm gonna get you off of the sideline and onto the road, and we're gonna join them. So let's lace up. All right guys, let's get started. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the plan. It's gonna be a 10-week plan, and we're gonna run 4 out of 7 days. So we're gonna run 4 days and take off 3 days. But I'm not gonna run 4 days straight and take off 3 days. I'm gonna run Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And the other days will be my days off. And I'll tell you what we'll do on those days off too. We might do some stretching and some other cross training, but right now, that's what we're gonna do for our running portion. So when we start running, it's actually we're gonna start with a run walk. So we're gonna run for 1 minute and walk for 3. And that's gonna change as the weeks go by, but it's gonna be a run walk interval. And after about 6 weeks, we will then get to where we are running nonstop, unless we have to stop, and that's fine too. So when we run, this isn't a sprint. We're going to run at what I'm going to call a conversational pace. It means you're going to be running at a pace where you can easily talk to someone if you're running with a buddy. If you're running by yourself, then just make sure, you could talk to yourself and people might think you're crazy, but just try and make sure that you can talk easily without running out of breath. So each time that we go out for our workout, we're going to do 3 things. We're going to warm up, we're going to do our workout, and then we're going to cool down. So for our warm-up exercises, we're going to do something that we call dynamic stretching or ballistic stretching, but more people call it dynamic stretching now. And so what that means is that we're going to stretch and warm up our body, but we're going to be moving. We're going to be moving as we do it. So as opposed to, this is like a dynamic warm-up or stretch. This, where you hold it, is more a static. And we'll do these after our workout, and I'll explain more. So the reason that you do dynamic stretching before you start your workout is if you could picture like so I'm going to be talking about your muscles, but picture a steak and it's frozen, so it's cold. Like our muscles are cold before we start working out. That's why we want to warm up. So if you take a steak and it's frozen and that's a cold muscle and you bend it, what happens, right? It like starts to crack. So that's not a good idea. If you want your steak to get pliable first, you might move it back and forth slowly, and then it won't crack. So we want to do the same thing with our muscles. We want to move them and not just stretch them, okay? So if you just stretch it and hold it, that is called a static stretch. And we do those after our workout because clearly we're very warmed up. So I'm going to take you through some dynamic workout stretches now. And these are the ones that I recommend that you do before our workouts. So I'm just going to circle my arms here a bit forward, maybe do about 10 or 15 counts of that. And then we can reverse and do 10 or 15 counts of that, okay? Then I'm going to take my ankle, and if you have to hold on to something, please hold on to something, don't fall. But I'm going to just circle my ankle back and forth about 10 or 15 times each time, okay? I do it on this foot, and then I do it on this foot. Remember, about 10 or 15 times each way, each foot. All right, I'm gonna do something now I call a windmill, all right? And I'll do probably about 15 of these. And again, if you can't touch your toes, do what you can. I don't want you to pull anything, all right? So if you can only get this far, that's perfect. Just go that far. So do about 15 of those as well. And let's see, I'm gonna do one more, and those are just gonna be regular jumping jacks. And I suggest you do about 15 of those too. So I want to give you a heads up about what this week is going to look like as far as our running, walking workouts. So today, Monday, we're going to walk 3 minutes and then run 1 minute. And we're going to do that 4 times. So we're going to walk 3, run 1, that's 4 minutes. We're going to do that 4 times, so that's a 16-minute workout, okay? So we're going to do that on Monday and Tuesday, Thursday, but then come Saturday, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it 5 times. So we're going from 16-minute workouts, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and then on Saturday, we're going to have a 20-minute workout. Got that? So before we get started, I said that we're going to be doing interval training to begin with for the first 6 weeks. So that means we're going to be walking 3 minutes, running 1 minute, and cutting that down to, you know, at some point we will be running the whole way, but it's going to take us 6 weeks to get there, and we're going to be doing what I call interval training. So you need to know how long you walk for and how long you run for. So you have to time yourself. I personally use a device on my arm, a watch. It's a Garmin because I have this, and it has the feature of interval training or interval running. So if you go online or you go to your local running store, which is what I suggest, but it's a little difficult right now, and you want to get a device to time yourself, you need to look for one that has the feature of interval training, okay? A lot of people use their phones, but it's hard to carry your phone, and I don't suggest running and carrying a phone. You might have an armband or something that you can put your phone in, or a waistband that you can put your phone in, and you can set it to timers, but it's not as easy. But to get started, you could definitely use that. But if you decide that you're going to stick with this, I really recommend going to your local running store and getting some type of watch or device that will give you interval timing. All right, let's go hit the road, guys. Run, right guys? I had a great time out there. I kept it nice and slow. I was able to talk, and now I feel great. Now I'm ready to cool down, and I'm going to walk you through a couple cool down stretches. I'm going to do about 4 of them. I stretch out my quads, and this is your typical quad stretch. I'm sure you've seen it, where you just hold your foot behind and you pull back on your foot and push your foot down. And you want to make sure you keep your knees together. You certainly don't want to go out like this, all right? So keep your knees together and push down on your foot with your foot as hard as you can, all right? We'll do that on both sides, and I recommend holding each one for about 20 seconds. So that's a good quad stretch. Now I'm going to do a calf stretch, and I have a little variation on this, so pay attention. So you probably all have seen this stretch where you stretch out. I'm stretching out my right calf right now, and I'll hold this for about 20 seconds. But then I like to also go like this. I'm turning my foot at an angle, like a duck, and then I'm going to turn it in like a pigeon. So I'll hold each position for about 20 seconds, and then, of course, I will do it on the other side as well, all three positions. All right, so we've got our quads, we've got our calves. I would like to do a little forward bend or forward fold, and again, do this to where you feel comfortable. Don't do it where it hurts, okay? It just needs to feel a little bit of a stretch, all right, guys? So if you can touch the ground, perfect. If you can get this far, perfect. Whatever you can do, just fold over, and again, hold that for about 20 seconds. And I have one last one that's my favorite stretch, and I like to stretch out my hip flexors because they get very tight. So you get down on one knee, and you push forward with your hips right here. Again, hold it for about 20 seconds and do it on both sides. Well, great, guys. We had a great workout. I hope you enjoyed yours, and I will see you tomorrow.
All right, well, I really hope you enjoyed your run. I did. I ran along with Robyn. It was great, and I'm ready for the next day, and I know that if you follow this, the right way, and you don't change it, but you follow it the way that she's going to explain it, then you will be able to run a 5K, and you're gonna really be happy that you did. And I will see you all very, very soon, because I think we're going to be putting out these videos every day to train you to get there. So see you in the next one. If you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button, and also please subscribe and click on the notification button to get all this great content that's coming up every week. Thank you.